Today's global challenges demand new ways of working together and at an unprecedented scale of ambition. Whether it's tackling climate change, fighting pandemics, building peace, or addressing humanitarian crises, these all call for a UN that delivers integrated responses. This requires a UN that forges multi-stakeholder coalitions of governments with UN, civil society, and private sector that come together around key issues. These new ways of collaborating are at the core of UN reform, and they demand better, more flexible, and more effective financing instruments as well. Today, the funding of the UN is highly projectized and fragmented, which limits the full potential of our joint work towards integrated responses to the SDGs. UN interagency pooled funds are critical for flexibly and impactfully financing development, peace, climate, and humanitarian action. So let's take a look at some of the background to this important UN work. For almost 20 years, the UN Multi-Partner Trust Fund Office has been providing trustee and fund administration services to over 200 interagency pooled funds, ensuring the highest standards of efficiency, transparency, and results reporting. Pooled funds are flexible, robust, transparent, and reliable funding instruments. Let's take a look at how these instruments work in practice. One of the key aspects is the clear articulation of 3 distinct and complementary functions, so every partner can deliver at its best. These are design and administration, governance, and implementation. So first, fund design and administration. This is the responsibility of the trustee or the administrative agent, which is the role the Multi-Partner Trust Fund Office plays. It ensures the highest fiduciary standards, receives contributions from multiple donors, which are commingled and then transferred to the most relevant participating organizations. Secondly, fund governance. Decisions on programmatic allocations are made by a UN-led governance mechanism with representatives of different stakeholders. The work of the steering committee is supported by a fund secretariat. Third, the implementation of fund activities is fully or largely entrusted to UN organizations that assume programmatic and financial accountability for resources received. There are a few other features that make pooled funds administered by the Multi-Partner Trust Fund Office unique. Firstly, they promote integrated approaches. Second, they allow to consolidate contributions from multiple partners. Third, they leverage UN coordinated action. Fourth, they reduce fragmentation. Fifth, they lower transaction costs. Also, they use a pass-through funding modality and standard operational procedures. And finally, they provide transparency with real-time access to financial data and results reporting. Most interagency pooled funds are multi-partner trust funds that can be established at the country, regional, or global level to support development, SDG, and human rights agendas. The pass-through modality can also be used to support standalone joint programs. Over the last years, the Multi-Partner Trust Fund Office, together with UN partners, have developed a landscape of pooled funding instruments to support key joint areas of work of the UN system. To learn more about the work of the MPTF office, our portfolio, partner engagement, and joint results, and discover more about this area of work overall, I invite you to visit the MPTF Office Gateway at mptf.undp.org. Please feel free to reach out to us for any support on pooled funding that you may need. Thank you very much.